Energetic alignment has been my passion since I discovered it. I knew then that it was the secret to manifesting my desires. The more I learned about it, the more I realized how little I knew. What really stood out was that it's not so much about knowledge as it is a practice. Once I understood the principles behind the universal laws of vibration, assumption, and attraction, and how they work together to create my reality, I was hooked on using them to work for me. It has not been easy to cultivate an abundance mindset and stop forcing success. My ego mind relentlessly drew my attention to evidence that my desires were not showing up in my reality, thereby enforcing a sense of lack and victimhood. The shift from survival to thriving, surrendering control, and attracting success can still be a roller coaster for me. That said, progress has been made. And perhaps I'm a little hard on myself. When I look back, I realize I've come a long way now. And now I'm enjoying the journey rather than using it to put myself down. And I'd like to share what I've learned with you. We are energy. As you know, we are energy, and the energy frequency of our thoughts, emotions, words, and actions radiates from our bodies into the quantum field. The law of attraction interacts with this frequency, drawing experiences that match it to us. To manifest what you want to experience, be, do, or have, you have to match the frequency of that. Emotions manifest first. So practicing to embody the frequency of who you want to be is the highest priority. Here, I would like to share 9 ways I use to raise my frequency to match the experience I want. The saying, you don't attract what you want, you attract who you are, refers to the frequency of your thoughts and emotions. But remember, you are not your thoughts and your emotions. You have thoughts and emotions. The prerequisite for deliberately directing your thoughts and emotions is self-awareness of your feelings. Your emotions are messengers. When you experience low vibration emotions, they tell you that you are not present. You are either focusing on the past or the future. You are resisting what is happening or showing up. You are identified with the ego mind and not your true self or source energy. And you are attached to the outcome of the ego mind. When we resist what is happening, show up, or the circumstances we find ourselves in, it is because of the meanings we attach to them. The meanings we hold about anything determine how we respond. And this is because those meanings evoke emotions, and we react to those emotions. So examine your meanings, change them, and your emotions will change. Therefore, your response will change. And often we adopt meanings from our parents, our caregivers, our teachers, and those meanings may no longer be true. It's important to take ownership of your vibration. No one can make you think, feel, say, or do anything without your permission. And vice versa. You cannot make anyone think, feel, say, or do anything they don't want to. Know that the thoughts that show up in your mind are yours. And the same applies to the emotions you feel, the words you speak, the actions you take. You are responsible for your experience. and no one or no thing is to blame. The law of assumption means that your vibration is your truth. That means your thoughts, emotions, words, and actions are your truth. These universal laws work together to create your reality. The law of vibration tells you your frequency, and the law of assumption reveals what your beliefs and meanings are about whatever you pay attention to. The law of attraction brings you more of that. Dr. Wayne Dyer said, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. In other words, when you change your thinking, your assumptions and meanings, your emotional state changes. This is because the frequency of the thought, assumption, meaning, or belief is different. When your emotional state changes, your interaction with the quantum field changes, and the law of attraction attracts different experiences to you. Jim Rohn coined the formula E plus R equals O. Event plus response equals outcome. Events happen as the universe unfolds, moment by moment, and we have no control over that. We have no control over what shows up. The only control we have is how we respond. The outcome is the result of our response. So, if you want a different outcome, you cannot change the event. The only thing you can change is your response. And the only way to do that is to change the assumptions you have about the event. Most of us react to situations. This is our default mode of thinking. It happens automatically. To change our default thinking and respond rather than react, we first need to become aware, pause, and introduce new assumptions or meanings that serve us. And this is an ongoing practice of becoming who we want to be. Abraham Hicks says you have to get ahead of the lower self, the ego, which means the assumptions that keep you in a low vibration or trigger you to drop your frequency. It's therefore crucial to become aware of what you feed your mind and what you pay attention to. Remember, whatever you consume consumes you. So here are the 9 ways I use to continuously raise my frequency and change my point of attraction. Number 1, the what if up game. I focus on, imagine, and script or speak about the best case scenarios for a situation or manifesting my desires. I am playful, even outrageous, until I smile. What if something wonderful is happening right now for me? Number 2 is to accept and say yes to everything. I always remind myself that there is a bigger picture beyond what appears. I trust that everything works out for my highest good. That way, I won't react to undesirable situations or obstacles. I just let them be and pay attention to what makes me feel good. Number 3, don't look for the solution, look for alignment. Often, when I feel doubt or fear, I ask myself, what do I want? This question allows me to pay attention to what I want, see it and feel it until the emotion fills my entire body. The easiest way I find a solution is to determine the outcome I want. Then I imagine it happening, See the people involved, hear congratulations or cheering, and feel the joy and gratitude. Alignment will reveal the solution, and often the situation revolves itself. Number 4, loving self-talk. Neville Goddard says that self-talk occurs pre-thought. It happens before we even think. I pay close attention to how I talk to myself, making sure to encourage, acknowledge, and forgive myself. Loving self-talk is an expression of self-love to me, and the most powerful force for aligning my energy with Source. Number 5, sit in stillness. I pause, breathe, be present, and connect to my heart. Slowing down and pausing at regular intervals to return to presence is absolute gold for me. It's one of my favorite practices. I also use this time to imagine the manifestation of my goals and simply feel the joy of it, which is so satisfying. Number 6, gratitude and appreciation. Nurturing appreciation for ourselves and others is an extremely powerful practice. Smelling the roses, as the saying goes, is important to our well-being. I have a gratitude journal that I write in every morning. What I'm grateful for that is already part of my experience, as well as what I'm calling in. Feeling grateful for what I want tells the universe that I believe it's mine. Number 7, focus on what's working. Often we ignore the small things that work and only notice when the big things work out. I have learned that it's much more important to count every small thing that moves me forward, makes me feel good. I celebrate the small things and enjoy the journey. Number 8 is go for pleasure. I only do what I love, what I enjoy, and what brings me pleasure. And when I do that, I am in alignment with my true self and attract more good things. I have learned the hard way to take action only when I feel inspired and vibrating at a high frequency. Now, when I feel the pressure to act, I know it's my ego mind trying to control the outcome, and I shift my attention to what makes me feel good. Do something fun. Number 9 is to become comfortable with feeling uncomfortable. Sometimes my attention gets triggered to the external world and to the uncertainty of how to achieve my big goals. This is a mechanism of control by my ego mind, which fears the unknown. I have learned not to avoid that discomfort, but to sit with it until it passes. And when it passes, it releases low vibration energy from my body. After it passes, I feel neutral, and I shift to gratitude and deliberately let go of control, trusting that I am seen, loved, and provided for. So as you can see, raising your frequency is not accidental. It's a conscious act of creation. Inner alignment fosters emotional healing and enables us to receive the spiritual prosperity destined for us, so we can expand and share our abundance with others. To learn more The combination of the Prosperity Identity Audit and the Prosperity Generator Framework shows you your prosperity identity archetype and the framework to create more prosperity in your business.